This video was made possible thanks to the EA Creator Network.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the World and Build by Overview for the brand new Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. So first of all, I want to thank EA yet again for giving me the opportunity to check out this pack early. I really appreciate it, and it has made it possible to make this video for you guys. I do want to point out that I have a CFE version of the game, which means it might differ from the released game that comes out. So keep that in mind when you watch this video, that there might be some differences there. And at the time of this recording, we've had two trailers, the gameplay trailer and the initial pack trailer. So I haven't really explored the pack as of yet beyond that. So we get to do that together, which is a good thing. So let's get to it and go and check out the brand new pack and the world. So here is Ravenwood. We have our map icon here, looking very cute with the little crow that comes out. Let's see what it says. Things always get a little spooky in Ravenwood. The Whispering Glen with its nightly moon revelry festivities is perhaps the most normal part of the area, where locals have settled down for a slice of quiet country life. Crow's Crossing Village, however, is clearly quite haunted. Swings swaying is clearly quite... Sorry, I read that twice. Swings swaying by themselves, that merchant fellow down by the crypt, scare little Edith guarding the well of longing and regret. But despite the hauntings, the living have certainly made it their home as well, with a variety of festivals and places to explore. Morningvale is where things get extra ethereal. It's well known as a home for ghosts and those seeking them. Sometimes Grim even stops by. Alright, so let's go and check out the map. Here is Ravenwood. So there are 3 neighborhoods and there are 13 lots in total, but there is also a secret neighborhood with a secret lot. So technically there's 4 neighborhoods with 14 lots in total. I'm only going to be covering the lots you see, so that the secret lot and the secret neighborhood you can discover for yourself in your own game. So let's start with Whispering Glen. Nestled in the rolling hills of Ravenwood's countryside, Whispering Glen offers a quiet rural locale for those hoping to take a step away from all the local hauntings and into a slow-paced lifestyle. Steeped in ruins and rumors, it's paradise for collectors and historians alike. Explore the local crypt, investigate the Tarot Tome shrine at the base of the ruins, garden in the shared community plots, or just round out a collection. Then it mentions some of the festivals you can find in this neighborhood. So the world of Ravenwood is loosely based on Romania, and Whispering Glen is inspired by the traditional Romanian countryside. So I thought that was pretty cool. We have 4 lots here. Another thing that did surprise me is that not only the number of lots, but the sizes of the lots, because we actually have 2 64x64s and we have 2 50x50s. So the lots are on the bigger side. The smallest lot there is a 20x20, and there is only one single 20x20 lot, which is quite unusual, because for some of the previous packs, you know, we've kind of been a little bit disappointed that the lot sizes have been on the smaller side. But for here, I think the map is quite big. It feels big. It looks big to me, at least. And if you disagree, you're welcome to do so. I will leave the lot sizes on the map for you, so that you can freeze the video and you know, write that down for yourself if you would like to. Another thing I want to point out is that we do have, as we have had for a while now, we have some community builders that built for this pack. There's 4 of them. There is KateEmerald. We have Create for Sims. We have My Simsphony and Sofythesim. They are the 4 builders that built for this pack. I will leave their information in the description of the video. I'll also put their names on top of their lots so that you can see who built who, because we can do fancy stuff like that in editing. When I'm going through this now, though, I have no idea who built which lot. So we're just going to look at this purely from a perspective of not knowing, okay? But that's fine. So let's check out Whispering Glen first. We're only going to do like a very quick look at each of the places. We're not really going to do any in-depth looking at it, mostly because we're going to go through all of the items in Build By a little bit later in the video. So here we have a bar and we have 2 residential. We have the Gomez family living here and we have the Aether family living here. And then we have an empty lot, one of the big ones. Okay, so I'm going to start with this lot. We're going to have a quick look just to get a feel for the neighborhood, get a feel for some of the items, etc. Let's see. Oh, there's the face. We have our little face here. That looks great. I kind of like it. My game is now in morning, and I do kind of like the glow that it gets. This looks very cozy. I do like this. The rolling hills here are very cool. Nice house. Nice roofing. I do appreciate nice roofing. Okay, we haven't checked out the bar. We're going to check out the bar. The local watering hole, isn't that what they call it? My name is all over it. Let's see, we have some ruins here. They mentioned that. That could be interesting to explore for gameplay. You even have some burial sites at the bar. That's an interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice. You can see some of the exterior here showing off some of the new Build By items, and they look so good. This would be a really good place to, you know, if you've lost someone, if someone has passed away, you could maybe have a memorial, or you could have a gathering for family. Man, those are some nice columns, I gotta say. And also the decals are really cool. But we'll check them out in Build By, okay? We'll check them out. Let's have a quick look at the last house we have in this neighborhood, which is this one. This house stands out to me mostly because when I look at Romanian type of architecture, this is the kind of house I see. If you try and Google it or go on Pinterest or anywhere and you look for this type of architecture, it looks like this. It looks exactly like this. So well done to the builder. Also really nice use of the landscaping here. I do know that the budgets are tight, you know. Also restrictions on other ends than just the budget. It looks like a pretty large family home, gotta say. A lot of new wallpapers we can kind of see here. And the new kitchen. Let's have a little peek, shall we? New little kitchen here. Yep, there it is. All right, let's move on. Let's go through Build By properly on its own. So that was Whispering Glen, and then we have Crow's Crossing. Crow's Crossing is a village founded by Moppy the goat and rumored to be frequented by ghosts and regular hauntings. Visit the mysterious merchant in the old Spectre graveyard, investigate the Terre Tome shrine on the edge of town, explore an abandoned house, or grant a wish at the Well of Longing and Regret. Just watch out for Edith. And then it again mentions some of the festivals that are held here, and it says that you can check out the town hall for more information. So Crow's Crossing, from my understanding, is more based on the fantasy idea, you know. It's sort of in between the traditional countryside and this sort of afterlife area back here. And then you kind of have this right on the edge. So yeah, it kind of has a bit of a foot in each door. And is a bit more on the fantasy inspired side from my understanding. It has 5 lots. It also has one of the new lot types, cemetery. Well, I think there is only one new lot type, so there's not more, but it has the new lot type, cemetery. We'll check that out. We can check that out last. We have the old Ravenwood estate. Unhallowed grounds. We have some interesting traits and stuff as well. We also have one of the starter homes here, Moppy Manor. We have Crow's Perch, which is a little bit more expensive, but it seems to be within that 24K budget, which means if you have 2 or 3 Sims, I think you can afford this. And then we have the Spectre family that lives here. So let's start with the estate, have a quick look. What is interesting about this is that you can peek some of the coolest new additions to this, if you ask me. These little holes that you can put, items that you can put on roofs. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? As a builder who has done these dilapidated, worn down houses many times before and have wanted holes in the roof and have had to find other creative ways of doing so, this is really cool. So, yay, I guess. Other than that, really cool building. I love it. And also, I think it's really cool that they added this sort of greenhouse here, because these windows are kind of asking for it, if you ask me. Like, they're kind of asking to be put into this type of greenhouse building. So that's really cool. Very neat. I do like this. Whether or not it's haunted, who knows? It looks a bit worn down though. Oh look, there's even ones for the floor. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. I mean, I would definitely think that it's not entirely safe to live here. Might go through the floor if you're not careful. All right, so we're going to check out this little starter house. Moppy Manor. This is a very cute little town area. You saw it in the trailer as well. This is really cute. This is a very cute little house. 2 stories. I will say that the first thing I thought was that the builder here has been very ambitious, because you can see it's quite empty. It has what it needs to have, to be honest. But as a pack builder myself, I know the restrictions, and I did 2 starters, so I know how painful a starter can be. I also originally actually had a second floor on one of my starters, but I saw that my budget is getting stretched so much because walls cost a lot of money, actually. You learn that very quickly in this process. So I opted to remove the entire second floor and do something more on one single floor to get more out of my budget. But I do think that, I was building a very different style. And I think that the second floor here is justified, and that it wouldn't be the same for these types of houses in this type of style. It's very different than when I was doing more of a ranch house. So I do feel your pain though, but you did good with what you had. You did good with what you had. So we're going to check out the other house, which was more reasonably priced. Somewhat, I mean, next level starter, I guess you could call it. I think 24K was the next budget. One of my starters were on that budget. That's the only reason I know it. Very cute. Also 2 stories, but again, a little bit easier when you have slightly bigger budget. Man, I mean, I agonized so much over what to do, what to use, what to not use. What should we spend money on? So this is a 2-bedroom. No, 3-bedroom actually, because there's 2 bedrooms here and a kids' room, which is quite generous for this size of house. So well done. Lastly, no wait, we have the Spectre house first. I forgot there's 5 lots here. That's the right button. Here we go. The first thing that really strikes me about this house is the roofing. I would call this expert level roofing, and it does so much for the house. And I mean, you can see that this is also different pieces. So very skilled builder here that has really done a good job with this exterior. Roofing is 10 out of 10. We'll say that. We're seeing some more wallpapers here. There's quite a few wallpapers in this pack, I've heard. And we can see that. Let's have another look at this kitchen. It's pretty though. It's pretty. Also, what is this? Okay. Let's not get carried away, okay? Let's not get carried away. We're going to be looking at Build By on its own. So, excuse me. This is Eternal Hollow, so this is the cemetery. Let's go and check that out. The new lot type with this pack. So a 6464 is the kind of thing that scares me, mostly because it has a lot of landscaping, and landscaping is definitely not what I'm comfortable with. But it needs a lot of planning, and I think the builder here has really done a good job of planning out and sectioning off different parts of this lot. It feels very natural. It feels like it makes sense. It doesn't feel empty. Instead, it's really nice. So well done for that. I applaud you. You can also see some of the new items here. We have these burial caskets here, and we also have some crypts, which is pretty neat. Also have some caskets here and some gravestones. Yeah. Very nice. So let's have a look at this lot type. So we can see here, the cemetery is a respectful place for urns and gravestones. Come here to mourn lost loved ones or take a moment of quiet contemplation. So the requirements for this lot type is headstones and urns, toilet, bench, and trash cans. So not the worst requirements. Optional are gravesite, crypt, and casket. So pretty low bar here for this type of lot. Very nice, very pretty, very cool. Well done. All right, that means we have Morning Vale, sorry. I can speak. There's something otherworldly about Morning Vale. Maybe it's the way the wind howls through the moss-draped trees, the eerie clang from the bell tower at odd hours, or the sentient plants. No matter the reason, many ghosts choose to call this place home. The Grim Reaper has even been known to wander through now and then. Sims can find the baleful bug here, investigate the Tertome shrine by the bell tower, or listen to the whispers of the guardian tree and Alice. You also have a couple of festivals here, and then again, the note to check out the town hall for more information. So we have 4 lots, and we have, let's see, a nightclub. We have a family with what looks like a family of ghosts. And then this looks like the second starter, the Cozy Casket House. How funny, since my starter was the Cozy Corner House. See, I see what you did there, EA. I see what you did there. And we also have a empty lot here. Mystic Crossroads. That's a very interesting name. Let's start with the nightclub and have a look at how that looks. Oh wow, this is a very interesting neighborhood. I actually changed time of day for this. Wow, look at that. So here's the town hall, at least for Morningvale. You can see this might be the bog, I'm not entirely sure. But a very different feel than the other neighborhoods, that's for sure. This looks like the bell tower. Now we're here for the build, so let's check that out. Again with the roofing, I feel like all the builders that were picked for this pack were picked for their roofing skills. Because I feel like the roofing on everything I've looked at so far has been above average. So, I mean, maybe that was on the requirement list when they picked builders, who knows? So this is a nightclub. Looks like a pretty cool place to visit if you ask me. Very, very nice color scheme. The red and black, classic. Really cool. Okay, let's check out the house that is inhabited by ghosts. I guess you would call it haunted then, wouldn't you? Again with the roofing, I'm telling you. I am telling you. For real. Okay, so we're at the other side of where the nightclub is, just across. And we have the bell tower here again. We have some sort of ruins here. And this also looks like something. This house actually has a little greenhouse attached to it. Oh, look at the windows. Look at the windows. They are broken. Oh my gosh. Builder squeal. That is so neat. That is so neat. I hadn't seen this wallpaper yet. I like that. I love this green. I really love this green. Very, very good choice if you ask me. Let's check out the starter. The last of the starters. There's 2 starter homes in this pack. This is the second one. Again, cute roofing. This looks like a pretty cool place. So if you want to start out in Morningvale, you can pick this as the starter. Not sure what's going on over here, but I mean, that's something you can discover for yourself. It definitely feels like the little house at the end of the road, a bit to itself, kind of on the outskirts. Ah, they left the TP. Whoever you are, builder, I applaud you. You kept the TP. My kind of person right there. My kind of person. Listen, TP is important, okay? I know it's only optional in the requirements when you build for a pack. But it's important. I was genuinely terrified that we're going to delete it off my builds. But extra points, extra points. If I'm going to start with a starter, I'm going to have to pick this one just because there's toilet paper here. And we applaud the toilet paper. I feel like I should probably tell that for context, like toilet paper has become a thing in my community through Twitch. So I'm not weird. Well, I am, but there is a reason for why I'm weird, I guess is the better thing to mention. So this is Ravenwood. We have gone through all of the 3 neighborhoods that comes with this pack and had a bit of a look at it. Let me know what you think. I think my overall opinion so far is that it looks really good. I feel like this looks like a really fleshed out and large world. It doesn't feel small. It feels pretty cool actually. So I'm excited to have a closer look at it. I'm also very excited to start building for it myself. But yeah, let's move on and go get a closer look at Build By, finally. Welcome to Build By. So this is it. I think I have pretty much everything laid out, but I do not have all the swatches. If you want to look at all the swatches, then wait until after the segment and I will have a separate video just going through all of the items with all of the swatches, cycling through them. So you can watch that after this if you'd like, or you can jump to it if you want that as well. It's up to you. But this is pretty much what the new Life and Death expansion is coming with. As you can see, kind of striking, I guess, when you look at it, is that there are a lot of wallpapers. A lot of wallpapers. I like a lot of them. Definitely, and I had a feeling, I guess, or an assumption going into this pack that it might be a good complement for the vampire pack. And it's definitely in the same kind of theme. What I do think is a little bit unique, and I didn't expect with this pack, is that the Build By items are kind of divided into two very distinct groups of Build By styles, a bit like what Get Famous did. And you have on one side very traditional sort of old Victorian furniture, wooden furniture, which I was sort of expecting with this pack. What I wasn't expecting was the other half of it being modern, very modern items. So, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of modern. Anyone who knows me knows that, but I mean, it might be good. Might be good. I do like new items. A lot of these swatches, though, are really nice. You can see some of the skulls on some of them. Here I have all the different swatch options. I love that we're getting more and more of these. As you can see here, you have one option with the worn and one option not worn. They did similar with Horse Ranch, for example, where you had sort of the really worn down options and the non-worn down. So I do like that because it gives more options in terms of what you want to build with. We have no less than 4 different new fences. Only 2 gates though, which is a little bit disappointing. I know we all want gates, and same thing, you know, when you get a staircase and you don't have a railing for that gate, that's also frustrating. But, or actually, did I count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 different fences. I was right. So we have this iron bar fence, which I'm a huge fan of. We have this stone fence here. We have this old sort of wooden fence. And then we have this, which is kind of cool, like more of a farmhouse style. So I like that. We have, I believe it's only one type of stair, but we have 2 different railings. So you can see you only have the railing for the stone wall and you have for the wooden one. I mean, I wasn't really expecting this in that sense, but yeah, the I guess it kind of makes sense actually that this one wouldn't have a railing because it's more of an outdoor fence in a different way than this. So I might understand the choice here in terms of why they did this. We do have a foundation and we do have 1 new flooring. I've just laid out all the different color options for that flooring, but it's the same floor. This is one of the things I was most excited about. We kind of saw that in the world overview as well, but we actually have these things that makes it look like there's a hole in the ceiling, which is something I have been, well, trying to do in other ways so far, and it's really cool that we actually have an item to do that now. We did get 2 new roof styles, and we have some of these roof decorations, I guess you would call them. This fireplace, I have to say, it's a really cool fireplace, but I hate that it's only, like, you have to have the mid wall or higher to be able to place it. And I notoriously only build with the lowest wall because I hate building with anything higher, just because I have almost anxiety when it comes to like covering walls properly. I struggle with that. So not too happy about the fact that I will have to make taller walls just to fit this. And it's the same with the curtains that came with this pack as well. Now here we're seeing a little bit of what I was mentioning. So you can see these are more in the modern style, and these are more in the old traditional style. Really pretty though, and I like a lot of these swatches with the roses, the flowery patterns on them. We have some kids' beds also, which is nice. I mean, it's a cute bed. I never make kids' rooms, but you know, when I do, I have options, I guess. This grandfather clock though is really neat. That stood out to me. I always like to put in a grandfather clock, actually. How many swatches did it have? It does have quite a lot, because I find some of the other grandfather clocks we have, sometimes it's hard to match with the tone I want or the color I want, because there are not that many options. One of them is, was it the vampire one that come? I can't remember. I also don't have the other packs in the game, so I can't check. But in any case, I'm happy about the grandfather clock. We nearly have a new bathroom set. I thought this was pretty neat. This is giving me sort of an Art Deco vibe. Not sure if that's just me, but it was mostly the sink. It is a little bit disappointing that we didn't get a toilet with this, because it could have been nice, but at the same time, I kind of feel like if they did, people would complain that they always give us toilets. So, I mean, there's that. We have two swing sets. I honestly do not use swings that much, but I mean, at least here you have a matching metal, what are these called? Monkey bars? So, meh, you know, not the biggest thing in my book, but it's there. We have columns, like with the railings, there's the stone version and we have the wooden version. What are these called again? Freezes? I can't remember. Trim? In any case, we have that. I have to go. What is this called? Spandrel. Oh my god. English is not. Freezes and exterior trims. That's the other one. Okay. We do have that too, actually. We have one. Which is over here. This one. Since I was on that subject. Anyway. What else? We have a few different carpets. These are the curtains I talked about. There's this size and there is a bigger size of the same curtain. And like I said, it doesn't come in the smaller version, so you have to have a taller wall height. I thought this item here was really cool. It's like a wall-hung tapestry. So I found that oddly cute. We got some more of these items to make it kind of worn down and dilapidated, which is cool. I kind of like this shelf, I gotta say. And these decals are pretty cool, actually. If you cycle through, you can see that there's quite a few really cool patterns here. That's nice. Same with this painting here, actually. It has some cool options. I always like new paintings because I use a lot of paintings to fill walls, like I was saying, you know? You have two bars. Well, you got two different bars and a bar back. We have the cemetery or graveyard items over in this corner here. We have some different new types of items. What are these called? Caskets? Burial caskets? We have the gravestones, and we have these displays. So you can also display these urns, because you have urns here. Urn of Yearning, and you can also display them on these for your graveyard or cemetery if you want to do that. This is like a little display, called funeral beer, but it's like a little display, so you can put your casket on top of it, which is kind of neat, you know, if you're having a funeral. We have this podium and some few little items you can kind of have as part of the display, which I think was the idea about. Not sure what this is about, because this seemed like kind of a bit of a left field item for me. Maybe I'm missing something, but I found it a bit odd to be in the mix of everything else. You also have this little wreath here, which I thought was a cute addition. These banners come in multiple different variants, so you can kind of customize those as well. You'll see that in the other video. This is what I'm most excited about. So we had quite a few doors, as you can see, and windows in this pack. But what I found really cool is that there's, for most of them, not all, but for most of them, we have 3 different versions of these windows in particular. Doors, there's 2 different versions. You have a normal, nice version, and you have a worn version. But for the windows, there is a third option, being a worn option, but with broken glass in it, which I actually thought was really cool. If you see here, you can see this is clean and nice. So is this and this. But here you have some of these worn, and this one has a broken glass. This does not have broken glass. Neither does this. This one does. It's the same with these windows, which I actually think are really cool. Perfect for like a greenhouse. And since we also got the new glass roof, I mean, I kind of feel like they were definitely leaning in that direction. So very excited about the windows, must say, and doors. The doors are pretty. The doors are pretty. What else can I point out? I don't know. Oh, the kitchen. We haven't talked about the kitchen. Also, I did want to mention these bookshelves, because here you actually do have a lower but also a taller version. And I do find that some of the bookshelves that we have in these tall ones, it is Strangerville, I think, is one of them. You don't have, you know, it might not fit for every build, and then you're like, I really wanted to use that, but I can't. Here, you actually do have them in 2 different sizes, and I can't remember if we've ever had that before, like the same bookcase, but in 2 different sizes. That's really neat. I mean, well, the Book Nook kit did that, of sorts, but see, you can actually build them, so very neat. Very, very fond of this whole bookshelf thing. But the kitchen we should address, because we do get a full kitchen, like the entire kitchen set, minus, was there a minus? No, I actually think I would say that this is a full set, because you do have, as you can see, a stove. You have the stove hood, you have a sink, you even have a dishwasher, and you have a fridge. What is also exciting about this is that the fridge is one of those built-in ones that they've started doing now, so you don't get those gaps, and you can kind of make it look really nice. Big fan of that. So I've laid it out like this so that you can see the corner options for the different cabinets as well. This is the long cabinet for the wall cabinets. I just chose a few different of the swatches. They're obviously more than what you're seeing here. That's kind of why I have these different colors here, just to show a few of the different options for the colors. You can see that when you go through the other segment as well, but very happy about the fact that we're actually getting a full set, including the stove and all that. The appliances, that's the word I was looking for. So yeah. Trying to think if there was anything else. This chair I thought was pretty cute. So we have this little rocking chair, and it has actually some really nice patterns on it, which I kind of love. But I have to admit, I do not use a lot of the the rocking chairs, but they are cute, and it was a really cute pattern on it, and I do like that. I'm trying to think what else. This, you might have noticed, I didn't really talk about this. This is like a tarot reading tent. I think it's the same thing that you will find around the world in certain places. But yeah, that was just a quick overview. Oh, and look at this chandelier, you guys. I'm actually kind of obsessed with this chandelier. It's really pretty. But this is sort of just a very quick overview and some of my thoughts on these build buy items. Like I said, if you want to continue, you can go through all of the items and I'll pull them all out and go through all the swatches so you can see them more in detail after this. But yeah, I hope you enjoy and let me know what you think of Build By, if you agree or disagree with some of my opinions. And I'll let you continue on to the next part. Thanks, guys.
you.